Well, hey folks, this is Seven here, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks very much for joining me here today. Now, I'm having a look at a game today called Astrox Imperium. Now, this is sort of the second in a series. There was Astrox Hostile Space Excavation, a game I played quite a bit of. It was a lot of fun. Now this, well, if you've ever wanted to play EVE Online, but like so much of the people who do, you read forums or had a look at the game and realized two things. One, it has a learning curve that's basically a vertical wall. And two, even if you somehow manage to surmount said wall, well, you can put 1,000 hours into the game and have some wonderful person who has 1,012 hours but has also thrown $10,000 in real money at the game come along and turn you into an inky smudge against the blackness of the universe. And everything you've done is now gone. Well, this is Astrox Imperium. This is basically EVE offline. It does pretty much everything EVE does, but you're not going to have some wanton freak blow your hard-earned work into oblivion, and it's pretty easy to pick up. With that said, let's jump into a new campaign. It is still early access. There has been some issues. But I got to tell you, we're going to get a bit of background if you guys want to read that. I'm not going to read it. The developer is incredibly responsive to feedback, very active, and I know from the experience of the last game that they throw their heart and soul into this. Basically, in their own words, this is the game they always wanted to play. So, we're going to jump in here and see what happens. Now, I'm going to tell you right off, this game isn't going to be for everyone. Even if you like space exploration games, this isn't where you climb in the cockpit and go out and, you know, first-person view shooter blow up things. You certainly can, but it's done the same way EVE is. Alright, you're going to basically give a bunch of commands and let them be carried out. You'll see what I mean as we get into it. You can basically do 90% of the game without ever manually flying your ship. Should you choose to, you can manually fly your ship all you want. But you don't need to, and it's not the most efficient way. And let's face it, when you watch, you know, Star Trek or Enterprise or any sort of these sort of things, there's nobody sitting there with their hand on the wheel and the other hand on the throttle at all times. An order is given, the command is typed into the ship's computer, and the computer carries it out, because there's no way that something as daft as a human could do everything that needs to be done. So here we get to name our pilot. Okay. Let's go with Muck Rogers, an almost famous pilot from long, long ago. Alright, confirm. Now we get to create a character. Now I love character creation. Yeah, sure, just like I like playing with Barbie dolls. Now, we'll move on here. Now we're getting into the important stuff. Now there are factions. They do make a difference, alright? Not a huge difference, but enough that you should really have a look at what there is to offer. Oh, and is there one? No, there's like many. Okay? I'm not going to go through them all. It will basically, you get a bit of a bonus with that faction, because you're going to be going all over the universe. You may not find that there is, say, any alpha stations where you find yourself. So you're not going to get quite as much money for a product you sell to them as you would if they did have a station there. However, we don't want to be alpha. We don't want to be science or civil. We're going for the trade faction. Okay? We'll get a little bit better money for market and mission. Alright? And since you do missions all the darn time, seems a pretty good deal. So we're going to be in trades. Here you actually get a profession. Okay, prospectors. They do mining and salvaging. Miners, well, they do mining. Salvagers do salvaging. Then you have traders, you have transporters, distributors, and finance managers, and then all the way up to hunters. Now I bet you thought I was going to pick that. I'm actually not. I'm going to be a miner. Alright. Ta-da! Now we wait the traditional 20 minutes to load the screen, and we should be able to get into the game. Alright, I think that's the longest it's actually ever taken. Yeah, I've been speaking English most of my life. It's hard to tell. Anyway, hey there. We're glad to see you're finally up and about. You've been sleeping for quite some time. Might I suggest you take things easy until you feel comfortable with some instruction. This is the Welcome Center. It was created for new refugees like you, though it hasn't been used in some time. Feel free to wander about. There are a few exhibits you may find informative. Sounds good. Rah rah sis boom ba. Now, basically these things will give you, a little bit of information on this and a little bit of information on that, but would you like to know more? No, thank you. Alright, so you can wander around and read these, and, it'll take up 15 minutes of the allotted 2 hours that Steam gives you to return your game. However, no, there is some good information, and some of this I think is kind of just placeables for the moment. Like, this is clearly a menu to get you back to your main, like you've got exit the game, you've got your options, your main menu, stuff like that. But it's basically a placeholder. It's not doing anything yet. And the other ones will give you information on things like factions, but you've already picked a faction, and you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. Alright, we're going to head into Biomate University, and Miss Jessadin is going to let us know about ships. Let's go. Jessadin. Wow, really such an honor to meet you. I was really hoping I would be selected as your instructor. Don't I have a man's voice? I know this is all confusing, but I can assure you it will make all sense soon enough. It will all make sense soon enough. My English is freaking terrible. I suspect you are ready to get started. With your training, a lot to learn. We don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Take your time, work at your own pace. Where are you? Alright, we're at Biomate University. We already know that. Okay, she can catch us up on everything, but I'm just going to go with the basics. Alright, so, first thing she'd like us to do is go into Station Services and install a basic light miner. Alright, so let's do that. First of all, if you go over here, Station Services, okay, we're going to go to the garage. This is our ship. Right. This is what our ship is equipped with. Currently a basic light laser, a basic light miner, and nothing in our passive. Obviously this is a very small beginner ship. Now over here, which we can access that way. Cool, huh? Or, as she points out, with the tab key. Ta-da! Or the Z key will access this. But right now, this is what we're concerned with. So she'd like us to have 2 miners equipped, basically, because we're going to go mining for our first mission. So we're going to pull that one out, and we're going to put that in. It's that easy, yeah. So we've now slotted new equipment. Now, while we're here at the ship, there is something else I want to do that Miss Jessa's not really going to let us in on. Well, I'll explain a little bit of this first. Now, repair all mods. Now, these are not mods like, bringing a John Deere tractor into Farm Sim 19. No. Mods are these. Okay, this is considered a mod. This is considered a mod. Now, as you use them, they'll require maintenance, basically, or repairs. This will do that. Okay, you go out, you whack into a rock or shoot a ship, get shot at, you need to repair armor. Obviously, that's this one. Which brings us to, well, drones we don't have yet. But much like Eve, if you want to load your ship up with battle drones and send them up to do your fighting, hey, you can. You want to get repair drones to fix your hull while you're in battle, you can. Alright? But life support, well, as you can see, we're not doing so good. We have no food synthesis, no water filtration, no thermal control, no waste management. We have basic life support. So, Now it just happens we do have a protein bar. We can throw that in there. Now we have a basic filter for water, but to get a little bit more into the market, what I'm going to do at this point is, let's close this off. Let's go to the market, okay? Now, it's life support stuff we want, okay? First off, I'm going to sell this basic filter, so I just drag it in there. Yes, thank you. And we're going to buy an improved filter. Now, there we are. Confirm. Excellent. What else do we need? Well, we've got these we need for waste disposal. So we'll buy these. Confirm. Alright, so we've got food done, we've got water, we've got waste. We need a way to control temperature. So if we go to passive modules, we won't find it. But if we go to page 2, and this is really easy to forget that there is more pages. Okay, and then we scroll down. Oh, here, I gotta get Jess out of the way. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not under passives. I forgot what I was looking for. It is, of course, life support, but we go to page 2. And here you go. We have a thing called a base... Sorry, Jess, I'm gonna drop you back down here, dear. A thermal controller. Okay. Now, we could get a temperature genie for 55K, but no, we're going to go with a simple thermal controller, and we will confirm that purchase. Okay. I feel good about that. Now, let's go back to our ship, okay? Let's go to life support. All right, now, water filtration. Boom. 53 plus 8. Waste management. Boom. 21.5. And a thermal controller. So now we're up to 361 from our original 250. Now I feel like if I go out into space, I'm likely to survive. Alright. Your first mission, it actually doesn't matter. They'll let you survive even without all this stuff. I mean, you're going to be cold, hungry, and all of that, you'd think, but it's okay. It's a tutorial mission. So, there we are. The passive slot. Well, what I actually like to do for our passive slot, if we go in here and go to page 2, I like to go with improved cargo expansion. And I'm going to buy one of those, okay? So now let's go back to our garage, and I'm going to drag it in there. There we go. We can now carry 20% more cargo. So, that's done. That's done. Missed in. Alright. Alright, we've done that. Okay. Remove the basic log. We've done that. Alright. Click the undock button, and I will be waiting for you. Alright. On the outside. I'm ready. Okay. So, undock. And here we are in space. Alright, so here's space, okay? If you click the right right mouse button, you can have a look about. Okay, I'm not sure what the fireworks are. I think that's to celebrate your first trip into space. But anyway, yeah, we can do that. And clicking on an object, let's bring up targeting. Boom. Okay, you can see we're scanning an object. Now, usually it goes a little quicker. This is a big object. It takes a while to scan. But you see, you can click on different things. And you'll see it will scan all of them. Ah, apparently the first thing we scanned was some atomite ore. Proctor's Center. And Starbase Corporate. Now, you'll notice you can only scan up to 4 things at a time. Now you can, okay, for instance, let's scan where we just came from. That's the Biomate University. Okay. But what they want us to do is, if you click your spacebar, things will get all weird. Alright. Oh, by the way, zooming out with the mouse wheel will actually allow you to zoom right out to there. So that's really cool. It's an actual real-time map. Alright. Okay. I have given you a special mission. The mission will require that you locate a particular rock out there. Don't worry, it's not far. We will then activate the ship's tactical sensors by pressing the spacebar. This will show us all the rocks in the sector. The color of the mission rock is yellow. Alright, so let's do this. Alright, so now they want us to get out here, which we kind of are. And we're looking for something highlighted yellow. Here, let's rescan. There it is. Special Adamite ore. Now, we'll click on that to scan it. Oops, I think I just scanned a couple of objects, but that's okay. Yeah, I scanned the tower behind it as well. That's alright. Okay. What else did we get? Oh, the Star Shepherd's headquarters. Okay. Now, at this point, I'm sure she'll tell us. Okay, that's that. Tactical sensors. Okay. All of your active targets. Alright, so here's what I mean. Now, we could manually fly to that, but here's us. There's that. It's a ways. Okay, there are other ways, better ways to do this. Alright. We can do this, and we can go approach selected target. Okay. Or we can click that and hit E, and that will engage our autopilot, or you can double click the object. So let's approach it, shall we? Let's come out of this view. So here we are, there's our mining lasers. Now, next. Okay, you can fly it around manually, that's what she's telling us. However, most of the time we will use the auto. Okay. Now, what we want to do is turn these on by clicking them. Now, as soon as we get in range, our ship will start firing upon that rock. As you can see, we're 2,200 meters in closing, 2,000 meters in closing. And there you can see we started mining. And you'll see we're getting stuff from here. And if we look at our cargo bay, we'll see that we are in fact collecting Adamite ore. And it will continue to do that until it's full. As you can see, these work in pulses. Now, you can also turn them all off, turn them all on. Oh, I take it we are full. Okay. Okay, that's obviously done already. She's just telling us how to bring this up. Alright, I will see you at the station. Okay. Let's turn these off to preserve power. Now, we have already scanned biomate. Now, we could, again, do this and look for it. right? We know it's somewhere behind us, but luckily it's also the only one. If you didn't scan it and you head it out, then you're looking all over for it, it's got this bright orange light on the bottom. They've done that on purpose just for that reason. It's really easy to lose track of where you are because it's, well, space. And space is vast. Alright. Boom. We are now heading for Biomite University. Now when we get close enough, it will pop up a little dock tab. And we simply click the docking tab. Yeah, so I mean, this is, that's why I say, this may not be for everyone. Now, I can, of course, if I, WASD and all of that stuff, and steer the ship. I'm not as efficient as this computer is. Well, not my potato. My cat is more efficient than my potato. But your starship's computer, shall we say. Humans just can't be as efficient as they are. When we finally do get into this kind of a, an area in man's advancement, if we ever do, yeah, believe me, you won't be sitting there stick and throttling it your way through. Because too many people will die and crash. I mean, modern jet fighters, the pilot's input is not what it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. There's a lot of computer stuff. Alright, now we're close. We automatically stop when we're within range. We click docking. And look! We made money. We not only made money, we got a skill point. Great work out there. I was getting a bit worried that I'd pushed you too hard. Wait till my brother finds out. He thought, oop. Alright, 9 skill points. Never thought you'd be able to mine that rock on your own. Now he has to repair my modules. Okay, now she's going to explain to us that modules do decay over time. So what would you like us to do now? Well, that's it for me. Should be here any minute now to walk us through combat. Okay. And she'd like our autograph. Sure. Thanks for your help. Alright, now we, okay. 12 skill points. Alright. So, skill points. Here's our pilot's panel. Alright. We have 36 skill points. Now, if you've ever played Eve, this is going to be kind of familiar to you. To level up skills, you basically study them. Okay? For instance, escort ship, which is what we have, okay, provides the ability to pilot escort class ships, small, fast, useful ships, fuel module. Training additional levels may be required before piloting higher level ships of this class, okay. So if you want to move up to a bigger, better ship, but still in the escort ship operation, you'll need to improve this, alright. Mining basic operation. Well, we're already a level 4. That's pretty good. Lasers basic operation. Well, I would like to be a bit better, but let's have a look at what we've actually got. These are skills we've already got points in. Okay. Show all skills. Oh, that's only 7 there. Weapon skills. Excavation skills. So here's all our mining skills. Ship skills. Mission skills, nothing. Fleet skills, nothing. Service skills, nothing. And support skills, because we're not that kind of a ship. Right? So, what I'd like to do, I would like to, let's just show all. We're going to end up fighting here pretty soon, so let's bring this up, okay? Okay, so how do I improve these? That I'm not sure. She hasn't shown us yet. I'm sure they will at some point. But yeah, it's probably not letting me add anything because that hasn't come up yet. But yeah, there's your skills. Factions lets you know how you're doing. You're friendly with them, you're neutral with science. Missions, we don't have any. First mission completed. Woohoo! Nice. Assets, stats. Mining laser fired, atomite ore mined. So it keeps track of, well, as you can see, a couple of things. Right, fleet we don't need to worry about, and pass keys, no idea. So there's our pilot. Ship overview. There we are. Here's our actual ship. Tells you all the different stats about all the different stuff that you can or cannot have. Shows what our life support is. And we don't actually have any active missions at the moment. There's our journal. Alright. Now, we're going to go to the market. Oop, no, we're not. Sorry, the garage. Now, you'll see here, repair all mods. 20 bucks. Boom. Now, this is, basically, these guys have got a little bit of wear and tear on them, right? So we'll fix them. There we are. Everything is now perfecto Monday. Life support, we're still good. We got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Perfect. So, there we are. So, I guess next up we're going to end up getting a these little service drones floating around. Here we go. We now have missions that we can take. Diamond structure, return. Temple gates, these are all kind of, and you can see we've completed this one. But I think I'm going to leave it there just for the moment, guys. We're about a half an hour in. I have a feeling if we, I think we just need to undock, and then the other guy is going to come in and start rambling away at us. So, before that happens, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. It's, like I say, still in early access, so some things may change, become a little smoother or whatever. But so far, really liking it. Hope you guys are too. Let me know. Don't forget to hit that like button. Really be appreciated. Take care of each other, folks. And ciao for now.